Welcome. Hello and welcome. I'm gonna be kind of distracted a little bit because this is a live stream. Let me turn the camera. Yeah, that's better. Just some housekeeping. Actually, firstly, welcome. Thanks for coming. Today I'm gonna talk about backing up, and this whole week, actually, I've been talking about backing up and losing data and crashed hard drives and Macs, and it's been crazy. Welcome. Just some housekeeping. I live in Amsterdam, and there's noise, so you might hear more than just me. You might see my dog Wolf also wag his tail now and again. And if I look away, over here is basically my control panel. This is my second screen. Obviously, this is the camera, mic, and this is the computer. Now, what I want to talk about today, and what I've been talking about this week, is about backing up. And a lot of people makes pretty much the same mistake about how they should back up and what backup actually is. And the way I put it, there are three different types of data, basically. And there is usable data, there is backup, and there is an archive. And the way they work are completely different, and the things that you do and where you should put that data are completely different, because each scenario, scenario is different. So when you're using data, it's either on your Mac or on a USB stick or on an external hard drive, etc. When you're backing up, you've got to make sure that your data is in more than one place. And an archive is just something that you want to keep, again, more in multiple places somewhere else. Now, the mistake a lot of people make in the early days, and actually I still see it now, is that they use Time Machine. Now, Time Machine is, let me see if I can show you Time Machine. Let me close this up. Time Machine. So Time Machine is a facility, is a system where you connect an external hard drive or a time capsule, which Apple don't make anymore, to your network. So either your hard drive to the computer or the time capsule to your network, so your computer connects to it via a network. And you set up a hard drive, and this basically backs up every hour. It does also daily backups, and it does weekly backups. So your Mac is always synced with the time capsule or the hard drive. So your data effectively is in two places. It's on your computer and it's on the time capsule or the Time Machine drive. The problem is that sometimes people need more space on their computer. So what they used to do is offload the data from their computer onto the time capsule and then delete it from their computer. And that kind of defeats the object of a backup, because your data then is only on the time capsule and not on the computer as well. So if your time capsule died, then obviously you've lost that part of the data, because it's not in two places. The other mistake a lot of people make with Time Machine is with people with laptops, is that they will have an external hard drive, whether it's a 3.5-inch hard drive or a little portable tiny thing. And what they will do is connect it up, and Time Machine will then back it up. But often, because it's a laptop, they kind of forget to connect it and let it back up. So I've seen backups. They're old as like 8 months. So, the computer has died, the client's computer has died, and basically they've said, yeah, I have a backup, but it's 8 months old. And that's such a shame. That's 8 months worth of data, work, art. Anything that you're doing, all your data is basically gone in that 8 months. So Time Machine, however great it is, it's not foolproof, because it can break. It's on site. It's actually at your location. And yeah, it can basically go wrong, and people forget to do it. So that's Time Machine. Some people think iCloud is a backup. Now, the difference again between a backup and iCloud is that iCloud is a sync facility. It's not actually a backup. Yes, your data is there. And for instance, my MacBook Air died. I lost a folder, which was a temporary folder. It's not a huge deal. And I lost all that data. But because I had my computer synced with iCloud, I could get another computer, log into my iCloud account, and then all my data is basically resynced back to this computer. Fantastic. But that's still not a backup. That's usable data. That's a sync. So if I delete something on my computer, it's deleted from the cloud, the iCloud, and then it's gone. So just having your data in the iCloud isn't a backup. It's there and it's convenient for you to use it, but it's not actually a backup. What you need to do is have a big enough drive on your computer, whether it's a laptop or an iMac or whatever, so it syncs. So you're not. Let me show you this again. Let me go into here. So in the system preferences in your iCloud, you have this optimized storage. Now I've got to disconnect that. That shouldn't be there. I have this. You have this optimized. So the full context of your iCloud drive. The reason why it's ticked, just so you know, is because this is a new computer and I still haven't set everything up. So once it's ticked, it's not keeping the original versions of the data on your computer. It's actually keeping it on the iCloud. So basically, when you try to back up your computer, you're not going to get the full all your data onto that backup. So you got to make sure that this, as long as you have enough space on your hard drive, you have to make sure that this is not ticked. Because if it's ticked and you try to back up to an external hard drive or Time Machine or whatever, then you're not going to get all your data from Time Machine, from your iCloud onto your Time Machine or your backup. So that optimized Mac storage should be unticked. It's the same with, there used to be an option for photos as well. They don't have that anymore in the later versions of OS, but there used to be an options button where you could say, do you want to use it on your iCloud or not? But now it's literally, do you want to use it or not? And this is the optimize button. So when you have this off, all the data is synced, 100% of it is in iCloud and 100% of it is on your computer, and then it's all there. So see here, this is now going to download my data. As I said, this is a new computer. That's why it was off. So I still have to back this computer up. Now, talking about backing up, how to back up, I spoke about Time Machine and Time Capsule and external hard drives and stuff. A lot of people just do these things manually. Now, whenever I consult my clients and they have a laptop, I generally tell them not to use Time Machine or Time Machine or Time Capsule, because it only backs up when you have the hard drive connected to your computer, or in case of a Time Capsule, if you're at home where the Time Capsule is on that network, that's when it backs up. So when you're working away from home, if you're in a conference for a few days, or if you are on holiday and you take your laptop or whatever, you can't get it backed up. Plus also the Time Capsule and hard drives are local. They're either in your bag or in your house. And God forbid anything happens to your house, because when I was young, back, I think I was like 8 years old, our house burnt down and we lost loads of photos. Back then, there wasn't no such thing as backing up photos, because they were actual physical photos. So I know what it's like to lose photos and data and stuff. What I tell people to use an off-site backup. Now, there's several available, but the easiest one I found, let me show you, is this one, Backblaze. I've used it for years. I've got to set it up. I haven't actually set it up on this computer yet. So let's go to personal backup. It's basically time machine, time capsule, time machine online. So doesn't matter where you are, as long as you have internet connection, it's unlimited space, and you can basically back everything up. And the beautiful part about this is that if you have an external hard drive connected to this computer, it backs that up as well. So it's all offsite. There's nothing local or anything. It's a control panel that sits in your system preferences. Hey, Wolf, how you doing? Want to say hello? Sits in your control panels, and basically it just backs up continuously. So it doesn't matter how much data you have, it basically just backs it up. And this is kind of the ideal situation, especially if you've got a laptop. If you've got a desktop like an iMac, Mac Mini, it's not moving around. So if you have a hard drive connected to it, then just use Time Machine. But if you have a laptop, which a lot of people do, I would suggest using this. Now, they have a really easy restore thing. So you buy the hard drive. They put the data, if it's a lot of data, because nowadays there's like 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes, 3 terabytes of data. You can buy the hard drive, and which actually isn't that expensive. They will send it to you. They'll FedEx it to you, and you copy that data onto your new computer or whatever. You can actually just download it, and then once you send the drive back, they refund you that money, which is really clever. My best friend, her computer got lost or stolen. I can't remember what it was. And she had loads of photos on it, and she just got a hard drive and everything was there. And that's kind of really, really good. And the other thing about security is that it does have encryption. You can encrypt I'm going to just download this, and I don't actually have an account. So no, I do have an account. Of course I do, because that was from my last. I'll do it later. But you basically have a way to encrypt your backup. So once you have your backup, the app set up, you can set a secure key so no one can access your data. They don't have access to it. And if you lose that key, you basically lost all your data. So keep that key in and make sure you keep it in a safe place. But it works really, really well. I've used it in the past. I'm going to use it again, even though I do back up in a different way. I'm going to just use it because I think it's just more convenient than the way I'm actually doing it. I'm doing it like a hard drive. I don't forget, because when I come and sit on my desk, my hard drive's connected, but I kind of want something a bit better. So I'm going to go back to this. Now, talking about this, what I want to talk about next is iCloud and what iCloud is, because everyone makes this mistake as to what iCloud is. Everyone says, well, my data's in iCloud and it's backed up, which is what I was explaining earlier. What you got to think of iCloud is it's a sync service. It's not a backup, but there is a bit of a cravat to that, is that it does back up your iOS devices, so your iPhone and your iPads, but it doesn't back up your Mac. So iCloud as a service has different sub-services. As I said before, that if we look at this, you can sync your photos. It kind of basically goes up into your iCloud. So anything you have, if you take a photo on your phone, and actually let me put this on because then you can see my mouse. So if you have your phone and you take a photo of your phone, and it basically goes to the iCloud and then goes to all your other devices. So whether you have an iPad or a Mac, so it kind of syncs that way. This is talking about your phones, your photos again, your iCloud Drive. Now, iCloud Drive, again, is not a backup. It's just a way, it's like Dropbox. So once you put a file on your iCloud Drive, you have access to that from your other devices. And it works really, really well. There are some files that you can't use while it's on the iCloud Drive. So, for instance, Final Cut Pro doesn't allow you to save or open Final Cut projects from iCloud Drive, which I think is really weird. Yeah, you can share files and stuff. And then obviously you have all these other services, which is your contacts, your calendar, and your notes. So the data within these apps are, again, synced. It's not backed up. It's just a sync. You can save all of the pages. You can sync all your messages. So here's the backup. Now the backup, as I said, it's only for your iOS devices and iPad OS devices. So only for your iPad and your iPhone. So you need to find a way to back up your Mac because iCloud doesn't. When you get a new device, this is what they're saying here, you can use that backup and then get everything back on your new device, which actually works really, really well. So again, the iCloud is literally a bunch of sub-services, and within each service, it gets synced with all your devices. It's again, I keep going back to it's not a backup because so many people make a mistake saying, well, it's on the iCloud, but I deleted the photo on my phone, so it should be on the iCloud. Well, no, because when you delete something off of one of your devices, it deletes it from the iCloud. And then because of that sync facility, it kind of it removes it, I should say, from your other devices. So if I take a photo of my phone on my phone, it goes to the iCloud, and I think, actually, I don't want that photo on my phone, but I want it on my Mac. The worst thing you can do is delete it from your phone because then it just deleted. And I've had so many people delete photos from their iPads actually because they think, well, my iPad doesn't have that much space. I'll delete all of these photos, and then the photos are gone. They're just completely gone. So you got to understand the difference between usable data, which is your iCloud, backup, which is an external hard drive or Backblaze, etc., or an archive, which I haven't spoken about, which is basically a double backup. So things that you want to keep for future reference, financial details, whatever, some people put them on an external hard drive, but don't put it on one drive. Your archive should also be in multiple places. So archives we don't really look at. You just put it onto two drives and then put them in a closet or whatever. Your backup is something that you will continuously use, whether it's Backblaze or an external hard drive. And your iCloud, if you're using iCloud, obviously, is a way to get your data from one device to the other, so you can have access to all your devices. Let me see if there are any chats here. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat and then I can answer them for you. If I'm missing something that you'd like to hear about, let me know. Let me quit this. In fact, I'll show you this as well. So this is my files. This is my iCloud drive. And let's put it by name. So this is everything in my iCloud drive. So I'm not going to click into everything because obviously there's private stuff here. So this is my desktop folder. This is my documents folder. In fact, I can go to documents. And in my documents folder, in my docs, I have it subcategorized. And this is all on my iCloud. So it's all completely synced with my phone. So if I go to my phone, I see basically exactly the same thing. In my docs, I have my business, which this business, basically corresponds to this here. This personal corresponds to this personal, and this work corresponds to this work. So I could just have quick access. I actually don't, it's very rare that I go into these folders because everything is actually in one of these 3 folders, whether it's personal, business, or work. And the iCloud drive is basically where everything sits. What's in here? This is my computer. Yeah, you can make it as simple or as complicated as you want to, but the simpler it is, the easier it is to know where your stuff is, know how you're backing up. So if you're in the unfortunate situation like I was, when your Mac just completely says, I don't want to work now, I'm dying, I'm dead, psh, gone. Yes, you can go and get another Mac. In fact, I got another Mac. This is the box. I'm using it to live stream now. So I'm really pleased with this MacBook Pro. So they were nice enough to actually say, well, it's a new machine. This shouldn't happen. So I said, well, is it possible I can upgrade it to the Pro? And they said, well, we don't normally do this, but yeah, I can do it because it's new. So I was really happy that they upgraded it to the Pro. That's the only thing. So again, if you have any questions, put it in the chat. If you're not around and you're watching this in a replay, there'll be a button here to contact me. We can set up a call. And that's the video or the stream. If you're watching it live, it's the stream. If you're watching it replay, that's the video. Thanks for coming. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. And I'll see you on Monday. So enjoy your weekend. I'll see you then. Ciao.